I realized that this is who I am now, and I want to embrace it, and I want to be proud of it. And I just want to share my story, because when I used to watch revert stories and I was thinking about reverting to Islam, it was something that was very touching and inspiring and motivational for me. So I want to share my story, and even if you're not thinking to convert to Islam or anything, I hope it can give you a new perspective, and maybe even start thinking about having just a relationship with God and whatever religion it may be. So I'm just going to get into it. So pretty much, I grew up a Catholic, and I felt a lot of guilt and a lot of shame, and it was taking over me. And I was trying really hard, and my friends and my family, they didn't know how else to help me. They didn't know what else to do, and really it was up to me to change my mindset and my perspective, and to stop, I guess, feeling sorry for myself. And I was really trying to find a new way, or I was trying to find a new way to find myself, and who I was always meant to be. So when I saw myself almost going down that path again of distractions, I had to take a step back, and I had to really be alone to understand who I needed to be. And Islam popped into my head because I remember through my ex-partner, the discipline and the good character, and the accountability that I saw was in Islam. And I decided to buy the Quran because I just wanted to learn more. It wasn't really to convert, actually it wasn't at all. I just really wanted to learn. I felt like I was ignorant. So I just bought the Quran one day, not realizing that it would literally change my life. So I bought it, and 5 pages in, I was hooked. I mean, I truly felt like God was speaking to me. And, a lot of my friends and my family would say, everything's going to be okay, like time heals everything, like you'll be all right, you are blessed, you are loved. But it wasn't until I heard these words from God that it made all the difference. And it was just so clear to me, and I didn't have to read between the lines, I didn't have to guess what it was saying. It was just very straightforward, and it gave me a lot of guidance in my life, and it gave me peace in my heart. And Islam is very, very detailed, and it has a lot of guidance for everything. It's literally a code of conduct, and everything that it was saying I was already aligned with, for myself. And it just made all the sense to me. And so I just kept reading, and I was going deeper and deeper into it, and I found myself just so eager and excited to learn more. Like, I would even be at work, or I would be hanging out with my friends, and I'd just be so eager to go home and learn more about Islam. Like, that's all I wanted to do. I almost became a little bit obsessed with it. Like, every single night, even to this day, I study at least for a couple hours about Islam, learning more and this and that, and reading the Quran, and it really just gives me peace in my heart, and it reminds me of how to be a good person, maintain myself, and just be in a neutral ground. It really just helps me to stay calm and cool and collected and stuff like that. So it really, really helped me to have accountability, and I think that was really important to me. Accountability and discipline was 2 things that I knew that I wanted to improve in my life, and Islam definitely gave that to me. And I feel like a lot of people think that Islam is very harsh, or it's outdated, but at the end of the day, I realized that these things are really just benefits to you. And yeah, discipline is hard, and you may hate it at first, but you begin to love it because you see the benefits in it, and you see how much it's doing well for you. And for me, I'm a very sensitive person. I feel a lot. I feel a lot, and I realized that I needed protection. There's a lot of evil in this world, and there's a lot of negativity and things and people that are trying to bring you down. And I feel like in Islam, it really is a protection from that. So I realized that, and it's something that I knew that I needed, because I'm so sensitive to that type of thing. So it just really made sense to me, and I felt more protected, and I felt more at ease. And that's really what it was for me. I was going through these hardships, and I just really felt at ease, searching for an answer, searching for a way, like how can I stop feeling this way? And it was just there in front of my face, and it's what helped me. It was better than any therapy that I could have received. And the peace in my heart is just something that I can't even really explain at this point. It really, it just speaks for itself. So was studying every single day, and I realized that I was a little bit lonely in it, because I couldn't talk to anybody about it. I couldn't share my excitement with anybody. I couldn't share my love of Allah to anybody. I didn't really want to freak out my friends or my family, or I didn't want to make them uncomfortable. So it was kind of lonely at first, learning by myself. And then one day I met Ayesha, and at a flea market, she was wearing the hijab, she was doing henna, and I saw her, and immediately I got so excited, and I felt this connection with her, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to talk to her, you know what I mean? So I went up to her, and I got henna, and I was like, I'm really interested in learning more of Islam. And she was so welcoming. Alhamdulillah for her and her family. She really was like, text me with any questions that you have. She gave me a bunch of books. She invited me over to her home. And this was really a big part of it, because it made me feel more comfortable about it. And I learned so much through her too. She taught me how to do wudu for the first time. She taught me how to pray for the first time. And there's things that her and her family taught me about Islam that I probably would have never known on my own if I was just researching online or whatever. So, just really happy to have met her. We both believe that we met each other for a reason, and it's such a beautiful connection that happened. So that really sparked things for me. So the day that she taught me how to pray, ever since then, I prayed every single day, once a day. Continued to study. I was learning the salah, the prayer, and I really just wanted to make sure that these were things that I loved. Before I fully took my shahada, I really wanted to make sure that I loved prayer. And lo and behold, I actually fell in love with prayer. Prayer is something that is so powerful and so beautiful to me. To be able to just reset 5 times a day and just talk and connect with my Creator, with Allah, it really is something that is beautiful, and it really helps me to just stay focused, reminds me of the deen, it elevates my imam, and I'm happy to have been able